We have the blue model player Andy Brandy on the right side against the red model player Keithbats on the left side. This is the matchup on this beauty here. What a beautiful map this is, boys. Inns at the bottom side, top side, throw layer, protecting those inns, work layer, and also around this side. So we have in total 4 layers on this map, 2 work layers and 2 throw layers. Hey Hunter Killer, welcome. Shanks, you have children? Yeah, I have 1 child, a daughter. Her name is Mira. Where now the horse and the rider, true that. And that's the first time I see your name in the chat. So guess this. Nice to see you in the chat, my dude. Welcome to the stream. We have 4 slaughterhouse opening here for the Turkish player Keithbats. On the other side, we see slaughterhouse into the orc pits coming up from the model player Andy Brandy. So it's an economical opening for the Turkish player. And a more like an offensive start from the Slovakian player. Orc pit into the second orc pit, and the great eye sees everything. So Keithbats knows what's up. He was able to see the start of his opponent, of course with the Eye of Sauron, and also his opponent Andy Brandy didn't pick anything from the spellbook just yet. More there's the chance to either start with the War Chant, Tainted Land, or the Eye of Sauron. Nazgul incoming? Yeah, I guess so as well. Nazgul rush. Whenever we see 4 slaughterhouses, it's gonna be always a Nazgul rush. Hey Kitira! Welcome! Nice to see you in the chat, my friends. How was your day? I hope you had a fantastic day, and I hope you guys, all of you, having a great weekend so far. And I will try my best to make your Saturday evening and also tomorrow your Sunday evening as great as I potentially can. We will have a lot of games, guys, and be prepared for Fiesta. So Nazgul, he's waiting for the Nazgul, of course. Orcs are coming now. And yeah, we will see. We will see. More orcs are coming. He might also need to transition into the Easterlings later on to be able to counter the Nazgul. But the problem is Nazgul can't be everywhere, you know? You can always split your orcs, and even though slaughterhouses are a bit tankier in compared to the tunnels or the furnaces or the Malon trees, they're gonna be still eventually taken down. It's a Tainted Land offensively, you know, used from Andy Brandy. He knows that his opponent was picking the Eye of Sauron. That means the opponent is not able to cover this. The Tainted Land is giving you 35% armor, and for that reason they don't even get one-shotted when they get trampled down. Do you see that? Old ground stance plus the Tainted Land makes them tanky enough to not get one-shotted from the Nazgul trample. And with that being said, they might be actually able to take down the slaughterhouse. Nazgul is doing a good job knocking them on the ground, but that's all about it. And more orcs are coming now all the time. The slaughterhouse is gonna be potentially protected for now. The Nazgul has to be everywhere, and yeah, he has only 2 legs. And with the horse he has he has only 4 legs. And are these 4 legs enough to be as fast as he needs to be? Level 2 unlock, that's gonna unlock the debuff. That's a different story now. That's also gonna nullify the leadership bonuses they get from the Tainted Land. But this slaughterhouse here is gonna be definitely taken down. Lots of pressure, and during all this time Andy Brandy, the player from Slovakia, is untouched. And he can keep spamming all the time. Once again, Gothmog was right. The age of man is over, and the age of the Nazgul is also over. Indeed, we see only orcs. And yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, the Nazgul rush might be effective in some situations, but this is definitely not one of these situations. Level 4 unlocked, but what's the matter if you can't be everywhere? Hey guys, Beyond Standards, thanks for mate, by the way. Got the game again, thanks to your video. Hey man, Elder, appreciate your kind words, and also, of course, I'm happy when it was working out for you, and now you have the chance to play the games. Good luck, and also enjoy the games. Hopefully you will also join eventually a couple of tournament games in the near future, once you warm up your fingers. Alright, so we have I available for Keithbats, 300 command points. Andy Brandy has 550 command points, and Keithbats is running around his own fortress trying to trample down those units. Hey, old takeover, my man! How are you doing? Glad to see you in the chat. Andy Brandy in the building, yeah. Andy Brandy is actually popping off. The counter-attack now with a couple of orcs, and also Andy is getting his own Nazgul on the field. But look at that. Like, the Nazgul is kind of confused. He doesn't know where to defend first, you know? Like, all the slaughterhouses are being attacked at the very same time, and the Nazgul has to make a choice. He can't protect them all, that's for sure. He's trying though, he's trying hard. 350 still command points only for Keithbats, and 500 command points for the blue model player, Andy Brandy. The Nazgul is doing a nice job trampling down those orcs, But of course, the opening of the 2 orc pits was giving him the momentum advantage, right? He was the one who was putting pressure, which was giving him the time to get eventually more slaughterhouses upon the field and also get the Nazgul pretty much at the same time. Because keep in mind that, you know, orcs are the cheapest units in the game. They cost only 60 and 30 command points, which also means you are able to spam them even when your command points are low. That makes them so great, actually. It looks so sad for the Reds player. Yes, Yuda, this is very true. A bit late, but I'm here. Hey, Balindru, welcome. Balindru is never late, nor is he early. He arrived first. No, he doesn't. He's always late. Almost 6 power points collected for any brandy. Look his money. He has enough money now for the second Nazgul if he needs to, if he wants to. On the other side, we can't say the same about Cave Pets though. Cave Pets is unfortunately down to 300 command points only. Trample down one more time. Nazgul wasn't able to leave this area for a single second. Since he was coming out from the fortress, he was being used exclusively for defense. And this was definitely not enough. You can see he's losing the stuff all the time. He's dropping down now to 300 command points. It means he has only 2 slaughterhouses left. This and this. But also they are being under attack all the time. The Nazgul here is doing a better job. Because he has also orcs at the same time for the defense, you know. While the red Moro player has nothing but a Nazgul to defend himself. 5 power points collected after the Eye of Sauron. Up now to 350 command points, but his money is not looking great. We have double the command points available for any brandy. He has 8 power points collected after the Tainted Land, which is also going to be available in about a second. In 20s, Mordor Mirrors, it was pretty common to go for the second Nazgul super early. But everything got changed, I believe, right? So we have now a brand new patch, which was released like a year ago, the patch 1.09 version 2.0. It's a community patch made by the players for the players. And yeah, it's nothing like the original patch 1.00 anymore, you know? It's completely different. New units, not new units, but different stats, different abilities, different design, different graphics. Everything literally got changed since then. So I believe you can't compare this game to it, you know, to the game it was like over 20 years ago. Okay, 600, 700 command points now. Oh, that's a huge lead, dude. That's a huge lead for the player from Slovakia. And yeah, I feel bad. Like, normally, it's not a bad strategy to rush a Nazgul after 4 slaughterhouses, but maybe in this matchup it was just a little bit too cocky. And that's why Cave Pets will be defeated, and the victory goes to Andy Brandy. The score after the first Mordor Mirror game on the map Mirroring Stream is going to be 1-0. And yeah, and also it's a massive map, right? Westwold is one of the biggest maps we have in the map pool of this tournament. So it should be good for both the factions, dwarves and also goblins. They like to be on a big map because they have the mineshafts slash the tunnels, which is gonna give them insane amounts of mobility, right? They can always teleport from one spot to the other spot. We have the red goblin player, Cave Pets, on the right side. He's building 2 tunnels into the goblin cave. On the other side, we see 2 mineshafts coming up for the blue dwarven player, Andy Brandy. He will be building potentially now the Hall of Warriors, and that's indeed his plan. And now I want you to focus on the mineshafts real quick, okay? The mineshaft level 1, guys, has a health of 2,700, okay? 2,700, while a tunnel has only 1,000 health. So not only it's gonna be extremely easy for the goblins, for the dwarves to take down those tunnels, but they also will have an easier time to defend their own resource buildings because the resource buildings of the dwarves are the tankiest by far in the game. So for that, goblins, they need to play a bit smart about, they need to be smart about the situation, you know? They need to always keep an eye on their own tunnels because the guardians are just hitting very hard. Whenever they get the chance to attack your tunnel, boom, it's gone, you know? We have Goblin Cave into the second Goblin Cave coming up. But the good thing about this Goblin faction in this matchup are the Cave Trolls. So Cave Pets has to go for the Cave Trolls eventually to be able to defend himself in long terms. What we don't have? I think exclamation mark VPN should do the magic trick. Doesn't work? Oh my goodness. What a noob streamer. Who is this noob streamer here, guys? I don't know. Okay, I don't know, man. Maybe you can also add then in this case. The builder is running for his life. He's running it down into the troll layer. And he's trying to save his builder. The troll is helpful, you know? The build is like, hey troll, thank you for saving me. I don't have the link. Hold on a second, let me fix this real quick though. I mean, I never used VPN myself until like 4 days ago, and now I don't want to be like, I'm in love with this, you know? Because for example, I wanted to watch a film yesterday in the bed, and it was not available in my country, and bam, I used the VPN, boom, I'm able now to watch the film, you know what I'm saying? Just like that. Timers. Exclamation mark VPN, it works for me though. You see, it works for me. But I think it's only for me. No one else can use that. Everybody in you can make like a normal command of that. Alright, the matchup is gonna be taken down, that's beautiful. We have Guardians at the bottom right side for Andy Brandy. He has now, I mean, he has no heroes on the field yet, but he's expanding nicely. And once again, that's a huge map, right? Westworld is a really big map, so expanding should be a bit easy. Oh, alright, I don't know, man, but Indru, you need to handle the situation. I'm a bit, you know, it's a bit too much for me. Alright, Goblins. He also didn't pick anything from the spellbook yet. I mean, his name is Cave Bats. I'm assuming he's gonna go with the Cave Bats from the spellbook. 350 command points for Cave Bats and 400 command points for Dwarves. Nothing game-changing or game-deciding happened just yet, and that's a perfect situation, perfect timing for the Cave Troll to arrive. That's gonna force now the Dwarven player to get eventually some pikemen if you want to be able to deal with this troll. 2 Goblin Caves. And the troll, you know, in those situations, just grab yourself a tree. With the tree, you are able to hit multiple units at the same time, and it's gonna be much easier for you to defend yourself. And also Goblin Archers are doing a phenomenal job. Oh, what is he doing with the Goblins? Oh, that's not gonna work out, my friend. The troll here is not that easy to be taken down. That's not Rise of the Witch King, in which the creeps are super easy. That was always something that was bothering me a lot, you know, because I'm a BFME 1 player myself, and in Rise of the Witch King, even orcs are able to creep a war player themselves, you know? That's a little bit too much. Okay, he was able to defend himself. Cave Troll is hitting level 2. And also this one should be protected. He's moving the Cave Bats to make them deal 25% less damage, but he's being surrounded. And once again, imagine this troll would have a tree in his hands, you know? The tunnel is gonna get demolished to get some money back. He was getting 86 back. It depends how much you get. Depends always when you are demolishing that. When you are demolishing that at 100% health, you get 50% of the initial investment back, you know? But when you are waiting and you demolish, you get little to no value. So it's always better when you demolish a bit faster. Especially if you know that you can't protect that, you know? Alright, so what is the plan? 350 command points available for Goblins only. He was not expanding, or he was not being able to expand yet. But also only 350 command points for the Dwarves, so he was doing a good job. This matchup is actually looking much better now for Cave Bats than the previous game. We will have Fort Works level 2 incoming for the Battle Wagons, I'm assuming. Looks like he wants to creep eventually the troll here at the bottom right side. Trust me on that one, yes. 15 years later, yeah, of course, dude, we have like big tournaments, trust me, like you've missed a lot. But it's better too late than never. So it's always nice when we see some players from like many years ago. Because let's be real, BFME is one of these games you will never be able to fully forget, you know, you will always remember that. It's like the big laugh of yours, you know what I'm saying? In your heart, it's gonna be always space there. Even if you play other games, even if you are cheating on BFME, you will never be able to get over BFME. Rick Tang, thanks for the follow, appreciate that. Hope you're gonna enjoy your stay. Welcome to the streamer, dude. Rika Tang. But you can easily get over Rise of the Witch King. I mean, I was enjoying Rise of the Witch King big time, dude. Like, for me, Rise of the Witch King was fiesta, pure, you know, pure fiesta. We had so many great streams, great games. Rise of the Witch King would always be special for me as well. I was streaming that for like over 2.5 years, man. Almost every single day. We had like over 30 tournaments on Rise of the Witch King, from small size of 8 players up to big size of 64 players. It was phenomenal time. Oh, look, the troll doesn't even care about pikemen. The pikemen are scared from the troll, you know? Troll is very impactful, level 4. Remember, in BFME 2, you are able to hit level up till level 10. That's something I like a lot. Like the benefit you get. Oh, don't run into the trolls. The benefits you get when you level up your units and keep them also alive, you know? Very, very nice. And yeah, but Indru wants to make a leak for BFME 2, guys. Which is, I mean, if you are following this channel now for a while, we had something similar to Rise of the Witch King, like earlier at the beginning of this year, actually. You know, for noob medium players, it's gonna be like a ranking system of challenging. Like, for example, you are in the spot number 20, your opponent is on the spot number 15, you are challenging against him in a best of 7 or best of 9 series, and if you beat, you will take his spot and he's gonna drop down to your spot. It's about challenging for a higher spot or defending against a lower spot. It was pretty fun, we had a lot of activity, and if you guys are interested, we can actually pull this off also for BFME 2. Alright, almost 11 power points collected, 600 command points available for the Goblin player, guys. On the other side, Dwarves are down to 500 command points only. The Turkish player Keefbet's actually going inside the jeans and the builder Yabadabadu. Andy is gonna call it. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Andy Brandy will be defeated for the first time in this tournament against Keefbet's. And the score is 1-1. But your tunnel spots was fun, where I can put forward mines. Andy must start harassing him in the chat, yeah. You know, crush his confidence. We have the blue Dwarven player Andy on the left side against the red Isengard player Keefbets on the right side. That's the first time we see Isengard, but the second time we see Dwarves. And Andy was also playing Dwarves in the previous game, which he lost against Goblins on the map Westfold. So the score is 1-1. Once again, that's the tiebreaker. The tiebreaker number 1. It's not best of 3, it's a best of 7. So we need to see at least 3 games, including this one. Hey Meta Goblin, welcome to the stream, my dudes. So we have 2 furnaces into the Uruk pit coming up from the Isengard player. We have 2 mineshafts into the Hall of Warriors coming from, look at the tankiness from the Hall of Warriors. Holy guacamole, 5,000 health. Uruk pit has only 3,000. Rainy, thanks for the follow, appreciate that. Bets were already open, Ash, you missed them. You missed them. So, Ectelion, what do you think about this matchup? Ectelion is, of course, one of the patch makers, guys. I think he's the main patch maker. So he knows everything about this game, about the balance of this game, about each matchup, about every statistic, but yet he was getting crushed from Inumara in the first round. I mean, knowledge isn't everything, I guess. So I had to shit talk him for a second, you know what I'm saying? 2 furnaces, Uruk pit into the Urukai. This is no Rebel of Mindless, not Inumara, yeah, true. It was a hit machine. Sorry. 2 mineshafts into the Hall of Warriors, into the Pikeman start. Looks like he wants to creep the troll layer at the bottom right side. He will win tournament, trust me. I'm wishing everybody luck, you know, I'm not biased. May the best player win. Lord of the Ring and OP. One Piece are my favorites, so I love your streams. Oh nice, thank you so much, man. One Piece, of course, it's like, mwah, One Piece is the best anime ever, dude. And Sagastes, thanks for the follow, man, appreciate that. Welcome to the streamer, dude. Hope you're gonna enjoy your stay. Rallying Call is gonna be used on this pikeman. They will be trying to burst down this troll. Rallying Call also gives you a boost of 50% increased combat experience, which means you will be able to level up at the faster. At the very same time, Uruks are leading to the bottom left side, looking for some potential mineshafts, but he won't be able to see that, which is very unfortunate. The creep is gonna be uncontested, and also the builder might be in trouble later on. But once again, Dwarven weakness is the lack of mobility, so they're extremely slow. Sharky, welcome. Hi man, just found about this channel. I'm so happy about that. I used to play Clan Wars all the time and got first place with Isengard time to time. Hey man, Sharky, nice to see you in the chat. Hopefully, you will get back in your form, just like Theoden, when he was released from the spell of Grima Wongtang, and you will again claim your #1 spot in the game. Everybody is able to participate from any skill level. We will have also a bigger tournament in the Christmas time, so stay tuned, guys. This one is only 16 players, but in the Christmas time it's gonna be 32 players. So we have a bit more spots, which means there is enough time for you to participate and train. So the pressure is real, the furnaces are going down. Remember, the furnaces are one of the squishiest resource buildings in the game. That's a lot of pressure. Uruks are a bit stronger than Guardians in a one-on-one, but not when they are level 2. Level 2 means 25% speed and 25% armor, but on top of that, you are also able to trample them down a bit. Will you make a 2v2 tournament in BFME 2? Yes. I'm also planning to make a 2v2 tournament for BFME 2. If there is enough interest, of course. For a 2v2 tournament, I would like to have at least, yeah, you know, 16 teams. That's the ideal number. 16 teams, you know? That means 32 players. About the 2v2 tournament, we need to also discuss if it's gonna be like a set tournament, which means you are able to pick your ally yourself, or if it's gonna be randomized, you know, like a random ally. Like you sign up and you will get a random ally. I think that's also not bad. What we could also potentially do is like teaming up noobs with pros. So every pro will get a noob ally, like carry me tournament, for example. BFME 2 carry me tournament, for example, you know? So it's gonna be like a mix of noob medium with a good and pro player, which also will force you to go for the teamwork, because I believe teamwork is very important in 2v2 matches. Urux, Isengard is in a bad spot, but crossbowmen are gonna be able to defend for now, I'm assuming. We will see. Me and Pan the best team? Yeah, maybe. You and Panda, secret OP, you know? Smurfs. This mineshaft is tough, you know? That's what I'm trying to say. It's hard to beat. Never mind. Uruks are hitting hard, my dude. Uruks. Gimli was so right, you know? This is no rebel of mindless Oryx. These are Urukai. He's creeping the troll layer at the bottom side. Will also give him the chance to capture the inn, which he also didn't around this side. So looks like inn units are nothing Andy Brandy is aiming for. Sauron and Bonito. I mean, you mean Ectilion and Sauron. Wasn't Sauron playing always with King Mustafa in those 2v2 games? I thought they were like a teammate, like King Clan or something, you know? When I first started streaming BFME games, they used to play together all the time. It was the time when Sauron was first joining BFME to the Rise of the Witch King. He was always getting defeated. Then all of a sudden he was shining bright like a diamond. All of a sudden he started to win almost every single tournament, which is quite impressive. Because when you think about Sauron, he's a very, very strong player in Rise of the Witch King and one of the best players in BFME 2 at the same time. Nice positioning here from the Isengard player, and the mineshaft almost level 2 is going down. That's a nice attack. Actually, Keithpats is going inside the Jeans boys. 500 and 350 only for Andy. Maybe it's Dwarves, maybe it's the weakest faction from Andy Brandy. But just like in the previous game, he's struggling with this faction quite a lot. Pressure is real. Keithpats is available for the next big fight. He has 5 power points on top of that. And yeah, we have two Uruk pits. No heroes yet, no work pit. On the other side, we have also no heroes from Dwarves. He has now a Force Works level 2 for the battle wagons. That's gonna be pretty nice against Urukai. And right now, Isengard player doesn't have too many pikemen, but that's all about to be changed. Uruks. Guardians are going down. Uruks are able to survive, but the thing is, unlike in Rise of the Witch King, evil factions do have sustain in BFME 2, which is one of the main differences to the evil factions, you know? Because what is the weakness of the evil factions in Rise of the Witch King or in Battle for Middle-earth 1? It is the lack of sustain. Like, if you are low and you are not level 2, there is no way of you sustaining over time. Unless you are playing a 2v2 and you have a good ally, like Elves, Men of the West or Dwarves, you know? Beautiful trample. But in this, BFME 2 is changing this fact. Like, you have even heal from the spellbook of Mordor and Isengard, for example. You can build like a house of healing, and that's gonna recover your units around the fortress all the time. So pretty nice. To actually give like an equal amount of sustain. Not equal amount of sustain, the good factions have still more sustain, because they have like a standalone building for that. The well, for example, which doesn't exist for the evil factions, but you being able to heal up over time is always nice. Okay, he's going for an attack now. Let's see how much damage he will be able to deal. We have a battle wagon and a guardian inside the mineshaft. We have also Kribane being used. Hobbit summon from Dwarves. The battle wagon is going down. He was a bit too much overcommitting. Lured. And there comes the copyright music, guys. Let's go. Oh, the firework killing those Uruks. Uruk pits are going both down at the same time. That means no more production buildings anymore for the Isengard player Keithpats, which also means Keithpats, the Isengard player from Turkey, is not going to be able to recruit any more units any soon. Buildings are not very tanky in BFME 2, as you have might notice yourself in the past days and weeks. And that's why taking down these towers or Uruk pits is a bit easier. They have also a hero now that's Gloin, the daddy of Gimli. It's gonna be enough, alone his presence, his aura is able to force the Isengard units to retreat. The pressure is real, the furnaces are going down, it's a level 2 furnace that hurts. Because losing that is gonna make you lose also 75 command points at the same time. Devastation is gonna be his choice, which means money, but also at the same time, you see? That makes the Devastation so useful, you know? Because it's also able to stun everything for a short duration. Everything, with that even heroes are gonna get stunned. For a not long duration, but it's still good, you know? You are able to stun and potentially catch him or get away from him. So pretty nice. He's dropping down to 400 command points though. Hobbit Summon was pretty successful, I would say. He was able to kill 2 Uruk pits. Now we have a Warg pit coming up. Uruk pit is already up on the field. Lourdes is level 2, has Carnage, which is a boost of 100% damage and 20% armor. But he was losing a lot. Like he was around 600 command points, you know? On the other side we have 550 command points available. 6 power points collected after the Rallying Call in the Hobbit Summon for the Dwarven player. The problem is the Gloin has to be eventually careful, because the second this Lourdes, oh never mind, he's low as hell. But the second this Lourdes will get level 4, he will get the chance to cripple you down. More savage than ever. Thanks for the follow, appreciate that. Hope you're gonna enjoy your stay. Welcome to the stream, my dude. Alright, the fortress is healing up over time, as you see. This blue animation means sustain, sustain, sustain. Also works, of course, on heroes. And beyond Snoop, do you get experience for killing summons? Yes, you get. In BFME 2 you get, in Rise of the Witch King you don't get. Also one of the changes I like a lot in BFME 2, because I believe you should be getting rewarded for killing Balrog, Dragon or whatsoever, you know? And here in BFME 2 you get experience and power points. But in Rise of the Witch King you don't get any experience nor power points. Guardians at the ready. That's a big push now from Andy Brandy. Battle Wagon, look at the range, my dude. Boom! On your face, son. Level 4 Gloin. It's time for the Shake Foundation. But he has no pikeman. Lourdes has level 3. He's diving in. Heal has been used now from dwarves to keep these units healthy. The Guardians are thick. They are tough. They are tanky. They can absorb lots of damage, but eventually they're gonna go down because they are tanking tower plus the fortress. Tower is down. Gloin is healed back to over 50% HP mark. Lourdes is not level 4 yet, which means he can't stop this Gloin, who was just using his Shake Foundation. Literally, he was shaking this foundation back to the ground. But now Gloin is surrounded. Running away is not an option because Dwarven heroes are extremely slow. And boom, Lourdes was able to get the experience. He's level 4 now. The Battle Wagon range is kinda nuts though. Look at the range of this Battle Wagon, dude. Are you kidding me?
They're coming for us.
I've never seen a Battle Wagon with, it's like almost an archer range, even more than that. Lourdes is shooting like 4 more hits and then it's gonna go down, but he's paying attention and he will get away in safety. And during all this time, dwarves are untouched. That's why he has 850 command points now, which is almost max. Max is 1000. And that's the snowballing effect of Dwarven faction. Once you have the upper hand, you are easily able to build multiple mineshafts next to your opponent base, which means pressure, 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 pressure all the time, you know? It's a huge commitment. Rallying Call is almost back up. Warchan has been used on the Isengard army. Lourdes still not level 5. And even if he gets level 5, keep in mind that Warchan is not able to stack with the damage leadership from Lourdes. He has not many units to defend himself. 10 power points, look the money rising to the sky. He's going now for the Lone Tower Summon, which will be used offensively. Right in front of the Uruk pit, that's a nightmare situation. That's gonna force the Isengard player to eventually build some ballista expansions for the defense. That's the only Uruk pit he has left. And losing this means no more units any soon. We have level 5 crossbowmen. Lourdes almost level 5. Rallying Call is gonna be used now for the final push. Is this push gonna be able to win the game? That's the big question. The Battle Wagon is going down against the Warg Riders. The tower is doing a phenomenal job. But you can see the placement of these units, right? So Lourdes is helping out a lot, of course. But he needs to use the bow. I mean, it's a suffer game now for Cave Bats. What can he do against such a reckless saint? He's down to 300 command points. Those are the 2 furnaces he was building next to each other just to be able to increase the command points. Like, it's a never-ending story, but still a better love story than Twilight. Because he builds the Uruk pits, he loses them. He builds the Uruk pits, he loses them. And so on. Oh, I accidentally give you guys points for whatever reason. Didn't mean to do that. Alright, level 6 crossbowman. Just 5? Yeah. I mean, it was accident. Big commitment though. 6 power points, devastation is almost available. Add points, all 10. Oh, it's not working this way. 2000 for dwarves. I mean, he can even go for a Gimli at this point, right? Hold on, did he lose his Forge Works? I believe he did. So no upgrades soon. He has also only one Hall of Warriors, right? Yeah. Never mind, he has also a second one around this side offensively. But look at the minimap, do you see that, guys? Let me show you. You see this placement? Like, he's snowballing so hard. He's building now so many mineshafts next to his opponent base. Keithpats is gonna call it GG and that's it. Was a really great comeback. It was looking bad for Andy Brandy. But you know what the saying is, never give up, never surrender. I think our boy got only chat open. What country has the biggest BFME community? Phew, I think it's between Turkish, Russian and French, potentially. I mean, I'm surprised. Like, the Edin community, for example, is based on German people because Edin is a German mod. But I believe that, like, the biggest player base is from these three countries. Spain is also pretty big, but Turkish, Russian and French community is also pretty big. But English community-wise, I believe this is the biggest English community here on this channel. I mean, again, you know, not every viewer is from England or from United Kingdom or from United States. We have still many people from Turkey and stuff like that, which is pretty nice. It was not like that 2 years ago. 2 years ago, they were like isolated, you know? Like, they were only watching Turkish streams, but now I see more and more Turkish people getting out of the comfort zone and also watching the English streams, which is always nice to see some new faces. And always think global, you know? Think big, act small. 2 farms coming up for the Man of the West play. The first time we see Man of the West in this best of 7. And he's against the Elven player. That's a brand new matchup. That's the first time we see Elves, and that's the first time we see Man of the West today. Alright. 2 Malone trees, 3 Malone trees coming up from the Elven player. We see 2 farms coming up for men into the 3rd farm, into the farm number 4. I hope sneaky horse. I believe that's not going to be the case. They're actually both going for the economical stat. Are they gonna buff Russia hero potentially? I don't know. 4 Malone trees. Hey, Clever, welcome. Are you happy, Clever, about the BFME 2 tournament? You was always asking for that, my dude. Now you get what you want. Oh, never mind. What is that placement of the... What is this? Didn't see that coming. Very interesting placement. Gotta be honest. That's a stable opening for Elves. Also something we don't see very often. Normally Elves, they like to play a bit more defensively. But this opening is so nice against Man of the West right now. Man of the West will have nothing to deal with this Lancers anytime soon. He's gonna creep. Okay, creep. But the Lancer starts into the barracks coming up right after. You know what I'm not seeing in this game as much as I did see in Rise of the Witch King? Like this opening delete, for example. Troll cage, get a troll, delete. Stable, get a Gondonite, delete. There's something I've not seen many times. What was that? He was using Foresight on the Elven, on the Man of the West player. He's now able to see the stable, but he is only able to see this. You see that? He's not able to see either the barracks or the archery range, so he doesn't know what's going on. He has no clue. But he's able to see the stable. That's gonna force him to recruit some pikemen. That's also his plan. We have Lancers on their way. They're gonna join the battlefield soonish from the stable, or not? Actually, he was kind of delayed. He was out of money for a long time. The stable is now up for like 20 to 30 seconds, and yet he was just able to click on the unit. That means the Man of the West player was able to get this uncontested. And also, the Man of the West player wasn't using the Human Wood for scouting. So he has the choice of either for the heal, the Human Wood, or the Rallying Call. And Human Wood is that what we see most of the time, because that's the only way you can scout the matchup. Once again, in BFME 2 it's huge that you have no clue about the enemy faction if he's picking random. Random unrevealed. Barracks is the third production building coming up now for the Man of the West player. And looks like he's gonna camp here with the archers to defend himself and use the Gondor Knights in the meantime for harassment. I'm assuming, but I'm not sure, that the Gondor Knights are gonna be a bit stronger than those Lancers from the Elven faction. They're also a bit more expensive, they cost 5% or 10% more. But, you see, Lancers gain 7% movement speed at level 5. This is something Gondor Knights don't gain. So long story short, I believe, when they are level 7, they should be outrunning the Gondor Knights and chasing them down. Okay? So Tower Guards. Rallying Call. Oh, interesting rallying call. I mean, archers are not dealing too much damage to the Lancers. Keep that please in mind. I mean, this situation is not that bad for Andy Brandy, because he was forcing his opponent to use the rallying call, and now he can just dance around the rosy, you know? There is no way Man of the West play can chase them. So rallying call was just blown away. Hey Falcon, welcome. Gondor Knights. And yeah, I mean, that's a bit too early though. That's a bit too early. Looks like the Elven player wants to creep the Troll layer, which gives you also more money than a Warg layer. Gondor is on the hand. He has to be careful. Elven player is also kind of playing defensively. It's a tournament game, don't risk the biscuit. Archers, be careful with the positioning. The Troll was able to screw them over, but once again, keep in mind that Elven units are able to get invisible around the trees. You don't see them on the map even, you see that? Until you get really close to them, you won't be able to see them. Is he still not able to see them? Now he's able to see them, nice. Actually, that's kind of insane that you need to get almost right in front of their face to be able to see them, man. That's crazy. Gondor Knights, avoid fighting the pikemen, very important. Does anyone here play the game? So I follow him. Andy Brandy is playing the game, Shadowfax is playing the game, so there are many people who are playing the game. Gondor Knights.
This way, Lancers. Take this area.
Okay, so it's a clumped army. Rallying call is almost back up. It's gonna be back. It's gonna be up about 30 seconds. In about 30 seconds. But the Elven player is kind of ready to defend himself. Pikemen, archers, but only one archer. Is this gonna be enough? He's forced to build a watchtower expansion. The Malon tree in the front side is gonna be definitely taken down. Remember, Malon trees are extremely squishy. But he will be losing his archer range. We have also the first hero of the game, number 4, and this is Arvin. Arvin has flood. Trample into the backline. Beautiful trample. Beautiful trample, but get away with the Gondor Knights. Don't lose them. Power points 5. Almost 5. Rallying call is avoidable. But he has to make something happen about the situation. He will be losing every single farm if he is not paying attention. Okay, this Malon tree is going down as well. 400 command points for Men of the West and 450 command points for Elves. But Elves have some defensive units. Men of the West doesn't. You need Tower Guards. But he can't because his command points capped. So he's kind of doomed to lose everything around this side. One by one. The farms are gonna fall into darkness. Almost level 2. It's gonna be bad. Because remember, in BFME 2, there is no rebuild for the Men of the West faction. Unlike in Rise of the Witch King. The Malon tree is going down. Tower Guards. Rallying call has been used. Avoid fighting the pikemen. Beautiful trample into the backline. Soldiers can be used. And that's the reason why now the Lancers are forced to retreat. Because you might lose quite a lot in this situation. But the archers are dealing almost no damage to the buildings, so keep that please in mind too. And Tower Guards are gone. That means the Lancers now from Andy Brandy are gonna be able to deal with this no problemo. Like all they need is one trample. Arvin is coming in clutch. Arvin has also leadership with level 3. Armor inspiring, which means 25% armor for the nearby allied units as well as 25% combat experience. This Malon tree is going down. Gondor Knights are doing a phenomenal job. And we have also the first hero, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is Eomer, the third Marshal of the Riddermark. Look at him, boys. Look at him. Can't touch this. Arvin is on the hand. Arvin is almost level 3. That's gonna unlock the leadership, remember. The Gondor Knights are both level 2, which means they will be, respawning over time eventually. Spear throw is incoming! Nice! Has splash damage, it's able to hit multiple units at the same time. And he needs to be level 3 for the leadership. So unlike in Rise of the Witch King, he doesn't give you leadership level 1, you know? You need to fight for it. Which is very similar to BFME 1 playstyle. In BFME 1 also, Eomer doesn't give you leadership instantly, which makes kind of sense. Because I believe for leadership you need to kind of fight. His leadership is also armor buff, so it's a bit stronger than the armor inspiring one. Armor buff is very similar to the Elven Wood or Tainted Land, they give you always the armor buff. Which is a bit more armor, but you don't get combat experience, which is fine, because 25% combat experience isn't the best thing in the world, you know? Level 2 unlocked. You see he's one-shotting those lancers in no time. Spear throw! Pew! Nice, level 3. Has now leadership, which means more armor for the Gondor Knights, and the farm is gonna be protected for now. Gondor Knights are running it down. The Elven player in the meantime is building a huge army. You will have archers, pikemen to protect them. So Man of the West player also lost his archer range before. He was forced to rebuild that. But I believe in a one-on-one situation, Gondor archers are not as strong as the Lorien archers. So eventually you will need to make the transition into something stronger, like the Rangers. And don't feed too much, because Arwen with level 5 has the flat. And level 3 is gonna unlock the leadership, which is also gonna be nice, because you will get your units a bit tankier. And unlike the leadership from Eomer, remember that's Horse Lord. Cavalry near Eomer, so it's only able to make the Gondor Knights and Rohirrim a bit stronger. While Arwen's leadership can also work on cavalry only. Okay, I take it back. It's also on cavalry only. I was building that up huge to disappoint you right after. Stable is level 2 for the Rohirrim. You might get to see them later on. Gondor archers coming up soon. We have 650 command points for men and 500 command points for elves. Healing up over time, pretty good. It's like a build-up game now. Yeah, Rohirrim are a bit expensive, of course. They cost the same command points, but they cost 200 more. Gondor Knights cost 550, Rohirrim cost 750. To help you guys out in the chat. Tower guards coming up next. Creep secured. Arwen is level 3. Eomer, once he's level 4, I believe, right? Level 6, you need to be level 6 for that, okay? Nearby allies earn resources per kill. It's gonna be nice, it's like a pillage. Oh, no pikeman. Oh, he has no pikeman behind. Don't run into the pikes, just go around. Spear throw, just go around and trample down the archers. You can. The pikes can't keep up with you. In the meantime, there is a counter-attack with lancers, Lorien warriors and pikemen. Arwen is trying to finish off this farm. It's gonna be also possible. The farm is almost gone. Arwen is hitting level 4 after that. Level 5 is going to unlock the flood. Keep that in mind. Okay, the Malon tree here might be potentially taken down, but again, Man of the West player is making the same mistake like previously. He is leaving himself unprotected. And you need to kind of expect this kind of situations, you know. You need to expect to be attacked when you are going for an attack. And the last thing we want, he's gonna use Tom Bombadil for the defense, but Elven units are fast enough to escape him. He has also the armor inspiring, just like the Arwen. But unlike Arwen, this one is also working on the infantry units. Big commitment. But is Eomer? Is Eomer dead? I don't know, I don't see Eomer. Foresight, Rallying Call. Did he lose Eomer? I don't think so, right? Eomer has to be around. Oh, that's Tom Bombadil summon now for the defense. He's committing a bit too much for the level 2. Yeah, I think Eomer is dead. I don't see Eomer anymore. Okay, can he get away? Tom Bombadil was used. Level 3 Gondor Knight is getting away barely. Tom Bombadil is also dancing. Two Bombadils are dancing around, you know? Eomer was on the field, but he was extremely low. That's the problem. Spear throw on the lancers. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Watch now. Pew! You see? 3 of them at the same time. Almost level 6. That means money, money, money every time you kill enemy units. The farm is gonna be eventually taken down soonish. 700 command points for Men of the West and 550 command points for Elves. Andy Brandy has 10 power points collected after the Tom Bombadil and Foresight. And Man of the West plays 5 power points collected after the Human Wood, the Rallying Call, and the Tom Bombadil summon himself. And we have also the second hero, I'm assuming. No, that's still the first hero. So no second hero yet. Rohirrim on the field. Rohirrim are the elite calf units from the Man of the West faction. They cost a lot, but they're also able to fight with bow. In tricky situations, you can make something happen. Haldir is on the field too, almost level 3. And that's Faramir. Captain of Gondor will get the chance to finally show his quality. The warning arrow is single range attack that causes high damage and certain monsters to flee, causes meta impact. Oof, oof, oof. Haldir is actually like... lol. Haldir is like, you are not allowed to show your quality today, Faramir. Why is you not talking? Because I'm not in the voice chat. I don't know how is this possible. I'm not in the voice chat. My headset is empty, you know? My headset is corners. My headset is in the charge. I forgot to charge it yesterday. So it's like yellow still and it's kind of broken. So when I put it off, it's too short, the cable, you know? I can't put it on my head. It's on a table. I can barely hear the music, but I don't have the headset on my head now. Gondor Knights. Eomer, level 6. Outlaw leadership is kicking in. I think in about 30 minutes or something I will be able to use the headset. I mean, maybe ranges instead of Rohirrim, to be honest. I don't know. Level 4, Haldir is gonna unlock the leadership with level 4, which is able to stack with the leadership of Arwen. Oh, Legolas! Holy guacamole. Oof, that's gonna be tough to deal with now for Men of the West, let's be honest. I don't know how you wanna kill. Oh, don't run into the fire. No. Rallying Cole. He's running it down now to match. Oh, Legolas, level 2. And also he lost his hero, right? No, he didn't lose. Glory of Gondor. Boromir is on the field. The brothers of Gondor. Faramir and Boromir side by side. He's building now towers for the defense. That's still a respectable army. The problem is Legolas has to be the main priority, you know? And Man of the West play is gonna lose a lot of these farms eventually if he's gonna be in a turtle situation like that. Arwen is on the hand, but she's gonna be fast enough to disengage. She's good. So we have 3 heroes against 3 heroes. We have Men of the West with Eomer, Boromir and Faramir. And elves with Arwen, Haldir and Legolas. So definitely the elven heroes are outscaling the Men of the West heroes just because of Legolas all alone. He's like a high tier hero. Good luck dealing with him. The thing is, Legolas is squishy himself. So if you get the chance to attack him, you might be able to burst him down. But if you don't, he's gonna slowly but surely take down your entire army and heroes. One by one. Almost level 3. 3 archers will also give experience to the archers like Lorien archers and Mirkwood archers later on. We have double barracks. Both the barracks are level 1 only. Mirkwoods are not gonna be there anytime soon. The stable is also only level 1. Remember, Elven faction in BFME 2 has no access to Lindin horse archers. Tom Bombadil is on cooldown. Big commitment. Horn of Gondor will be used for the stun. The eagles are coming. The Black Eagles. Arrow volley is coming in clutch. Whoa, that's gonna be beautiful. Pew, pew, pew. Nice arrow volley on your face, son. But the problem is how you wanna deal with the eagles. That's the big question. They are targeting the tower guards first. The Rohirrim next. Towers are coming up. Faramir needs to shoot them down. Maybe one arrow. Could be doing a great amount of damage. Who knows? Faramir also needs to be level 6, by the way, guys. Until he... level 7, sorry, for the leadership to be unlocked. It's an armor buff, just like from Eomer. But it works also on infantry units. So Faramir and Boromir, they are able to stack with each other. So Boromir gives you damage. Faramir gives you armor. So it's a great combination. In long game, you know, in long terms. Oh, plus 700 in the bank. He got 700 for killing Legolas. What is Legolas doing there? What? I was confused for a second. What was Legolas doing there? Okay. The eagles are, you know, trying to do some economical damage. We have finally rangers on the field. You're also gonna be able to kill these eagles now, no problemo. How much money you get from the eagle? I couldn't see. I think Eomer was not nearby. Or not close enough. I clicked 50 times. That's what Andy Brandy is saying. Aragorn, Boromir, Faramir, Theoden, Bombadil. All stacked. Nice. So it's like BFME 1, you know? Alright, level 5 has the flat. Turn around and use it. Oh, look, she's moonwalking. Be careful with Arwen. We have 700 command points for Man of the West. He has over 2000. Maybe get Aragorn on the field at this point. Gandalf is a bit more expensive. Gandalf costs you 5000. Andy has also eagles and 2 power points collected afterwards. I mean, long story short, Lunas, thanks for the follow, appreciate that. Hope you're gonna enjoy your stay. Oh my god, I was about to start some league ranks, then I went over to visit Twitch, and now I know it's time to make a popcorn, turn off PC, open Twitch on TV and watch. Thank you. Hey man, thank you for being here and welcome to the stream. We have a tournament going on for Battle for Middle-earth 2 in the quarterfinals right now between Turkey and Slovakia. In the game number 4, we see a beautiful match between Men of the West and Elves. Thanks for tuning in. Level 10 Eomer, boys. Rohirrim are running for their lives. Can they get away? The answer is yeah, they're actually quite tough and tanky against archers. But you see, Lancers are faster than the Gondor Knights. Tom Bombadil is going to be available very soon for both the players at the same time. Oh, they're running it down into the tower, guys. Tom Bombadil is going to be available sooner for the Men of the West. It's available now. Ideally, you want to combine it with the Horn of Gondor from Boromir. So the way you want to do that is Witch NA. Thank you for the resub for the 2nd month, my dude. Appreciate that.
Witch_NA just resubscribed for 2 months. Ahoy.
Ahoy. This is only... lol. This is from the... like, it's like visually showing the, you know, users in the casting chat. That's why. Witch NA, thank you once again, man, for the Prime Gaming sub. Appreciate that. Means a lot. Twisted Feet? Twisted Feet? It's a hero from League of Legends. Pick a card. Aerobole is available. I mean, the combination is kind of crazy. Wookie-talkie! Oh, that's gonna be a big fight. Tom Bombadil is available and Aerobole is available. Both of these can do great stuff. Oh, Tom Bombadil will be used. What is this? Elvenwood from Elves. Man of the West is running for his life. Legolas is back on the field. He's now level 4. Level 5 unlocks the Knife Fighter and level 10 unlocks the Arrowwind. Tom Bombadil from the Man of the West player is dancing around, but they have so much leadership around this side that they are able to withstand even the damage from Tom Bombadil. Sonic Song is still on cooldown. Haldir is leadership as well. Haldir leadership, and you also get a lot of value from the Elvenwood. Look at this. Like, it's a shield against Tainted Lands and Human Wood from the enemy. Allied units gain 35% armor, 25% damage, and gain experience 25% faster. Overrides leadership effects from the allies. Enemy cav deceleration rate is raised by 250%, so they're gonna get slowed down big time, enemy cavalry, when they are trying to trample you down. And also, I believe you get also like fear resistant. No fear resistant you are not getting. So Horn of Gondor is gonna be still going off. What is this hero? Okay. Blood is on cooldown. What a messy fight. But now the Prince of the Mirkwood Elves is back on the menu. Almost 900 command points available for Elves. He is only 12 power points away from his 25, which can be Flood or the Sunflare. Man of the West on the other side has to go for the 15 first. That's a 10, that's a 10. He was picking all the 5 and then 2 of the 10, so he needs to pick a 15 before he can go for the 25, which can be...
precisely when he means.
Say no more! Say no more! That's the guy I wanted to see. Let's go! You see the animation of Gandalf? You see Gandalf difference between BFME 2 and Rise of the Witch King, my dude? That all alone is enough to make me fall in love with Man of the West faction in BFME 2. Trust me on that one.
The wizard is never late. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means.
I mean, I cannot say it enough. Like, the animations, the graphics of BFME 2 are just next level. So definitely very well done, boys, from BFME 2. Amazing. Like, these small interactions when a huge hero like Gandalf or Dragonlord or Witch King arrive on the field is just crazy. Stun that. Oof, oof, oof. Sit down, son! Level almost 4, that's what I'm talking about. The power points are rising to the sky. What is going on? Ranger Summon is gonna be unlocked. Level 4! Level 5 is gonna unlock the Gandalf the White, but he's already able to get mounted on his Shadowfax. Let's go, that's what I'm talking about, guys. Elrond, run. Run, Elrond. Elrond, Agent Smith is going down. 8 power points collected. Gandalf is making the difference. Stop it! No problem, no problem. Bro, stop pressing F12, not fun. Oh, and the Brandy with the excuses. I don't know. Gandalf That's what I was trying to say all the time. Look guys, when you are ever saving this up much money, like you save for 4,000 in Rise of the Lich King, 5,000 in BFME 2, then you need to feel the difference, my dude. You need to feel the difference, and here you feel the difference. You feel there is a big boy on the battlefield, you know what I'm saying? You feel this guy might be able to turn the fight around. That's why GANDALF is so awesome in this one. And he costs more, he costs 5,000 here, but it's worth it. Alright guys, you know, but for Gond it's gonna be like 20,000 in the next stream. Good job. Alright, GANDALF level 5. He is turning into GANDALF the White. Alright, 4,750 HP. When you press W, the shield bubble is going to activate for 5 seconds, which is gonna give him a huge damage reduction and also immunity to knockback. Legolas can maybe fish him though. Level 7 is needed for the Easter Light, and level 10 is gonna be needed for the War of Power. And he's level 5. The thing is, leveling up to level 4 or level 5 is gonna be a bit easier, but then everything after level 5 is gonna take a bit longer time, which is absolutely fine, because the power spike is level 5 when he gets white. Then everything else is of course important, but not as important as him being a pleb on his foot and not being even able to get mounted. That's why they made a great job. Heroes are able to get level fast from level 1 to level 4. Which is gonna unlock some of the power spike, which is gonna make them semi-useful, you know, until not useless all game long. When when Gandalf is on foot, it's kinda useless. Let's be honest.
The Ents are going to war. It is likely that we go to a last march of the Ents.
Oh! Boom on your face, son!
It is likely that we go.
Sorry for screaming, guys. That was crazy. Wombo combo, ladies and gentlemen. Cloud break, stun in your face. GANDALF the White.
The Ents are going to war. It is likely.
I can't control nothing. I don't know what this is. A spell from GANDALF, indie brand. That's what it is. You can't control anything because GANDALF blocks your keyboard and your mouse and shuts down your PC and turns off your monitor, guys. That's why. Alright. Like, do you think this waterfall can save you, my dude? Are you out of your mind? 950 men of the West. Guys, stop it.
Come, my friends.
Level 7.
Ents are going to war. It is likely that we go
Do it, GANDALF.
last march of the Ents.
Faramir showing his quality too. Go GANDALF! Go GANDALF! One more time! King, you know, GANDALF the White stands alone, not alone. Rohirrim Eomer is level 10. Faramir, the captain of Gondor, is finally showing his quality. He's level 8, ladies and gentlemen. And Boromir, his brother, the favorite son of Denethor, is also level 7. So pretty good, pretty good. 950 command points available for Men of the West. Elves have 23 power points collected though. 25. Ooh, might be risky, might be dangerous, but oh, Gondor calls for 8 and Rohan will answer. Master the Rohirrim.
We ride from Rivendell.
Oh my goodness, GANDALF, go for it. GANDALF is going ham, guys. GANDALF, you know what's gonna happen, right? Deja vu. Where are you? You don't even need to. I mean, there is nothing that can save you anymore, my dude. Even Eagle's gonna get killed so fast from the range in Faramir, you know? Easter Light. Level almost 8. I would love to get him level 10, but Andy doesn't say a word. He's gonna leave the game, and that makes the score even one more time. We will have dwarves against elves in the upcoming match in the game number 5. That's what I like to see. Gimli versus Legolas. Who is going to win? We will find out very soon. Brandy Hills looks like that. We have the blue elven player Andy Brandy on the right side against the red dwarven player Cave Bats on the left side. This map is special because of this Nazguls running around this area and hobbits running around this area. We have, for example, here, this is Mary Poppins. He's solo for now, but you will also see the other hobbits running up very soon. You see them? That's Frodo from the Shire. We have also design around this area.
That still only counts as one.
That still only counts as one indeed. Farad, after this series, hopefully, I don't know, if Andy Brandy or Cave Bats are willing to do that, maybe we can get the games right after into the semifinals. Okay, so we have two Malone trees coming up into the barracks. On the other side, Cave Bats is building up an early Hall of Warriors after the first mineshaft. And the builder is being sent forward already to build a potential offensive mineshaft to go for an early attack. This map is beautiful, yeah. And also that it's new, you know, it's new. And new is always better. Not always better, but always fresh, you know what I'm saying? It's always nice to see something different than always the same maps over and over and over again. Mineshaft coming up. We have, of course, barrack start into the archers for the defense. Was this map on BFME 2? No, that's a brand new map. This map is existing since like a week or so. So you potentially didn't see it yet. I mean, 100% didn't see that yet. And we have Guardians of the Galaxy. He's waiting for the second one. So with two Guardians, he's gonna make a push. The question is how impactful this push is going to be. Looks like Andy Brandy wants to creep the walk layer. Green grass I like. The grass looks only greener. Okay? Now we gotta focus on the vision control from the Elven player, because until here he's not able to see anything, you see? Now the dwarves, they don't also see a lot. Rallying Call is gonna be used early Rallying Call. But Rallying Call here gives you only damage boost and combat experience boost. But will he be able? Yeah, he will be able to see this Malone tree. Yeah, he's gonna attack this. This is going down definitely. Archers, they need to kite. Kite. This is going down. When they hit you, then he knows that. That's why he was demolishing that immediately to get 50% of the money back. Very smart move from Andy Brandy, and also very important move. Kiting. He knows he can't face tank them. So hit, run. That's what you gotta do in this kind of situations. Because if the dwarves get a chance to hit you one time, they will one-shot you. This Malone tree is gonna be still taken down. Boom. But you see, he got less money back because he was demolishing it a bit later. So the longer you wait, the less value you get from the demolish. Here also he got 67 only, you see? Rallying Call has been used defensively. But already, it's a great push from dwarves, dude. He was also able to cancel his creeping early on and forcing him to use the Rallying Call defensively. That's a win-win situation in my book. What a phenomenal start into the game number 5 from the Turkish player Cave Bat. And he's getting more and more Guardians on the field. He's building now the 3rd mineshaft around the... 1 to 5th mineshaft around the fortress. He was demolishing this one in time to get the money back. And also, you don't only get the money back, but also you get to deny your opponent the experience and power points he's looking for. Also very important. Andy Brandy has to creep this to get some money back. That's very important because he's down a lot. Like, he has only 400 command points now. Actually, not bad. He was building 2 offensive Malone trees, which are very smart in my opinion, because dwarves are potentially gonna attack your fortress all the time. They won't scout this area anytime soon, and it means those Malone trees, they should be untouched for a really long time, which is good for elves because that way he can keep getting more and more money and increase his command points this way, you know? Dwarves have also the 450 command points, just like the elves. He's also building more and more defensive mineshafts around his own fortress. He has only 1 Hall of Warriors, he has 2 Guardians inside. Where is the builder? That's the big question. I mean, he has both the builders being used defensively, so there is no more push happening anytime soon. He has 3 Guardians now on the field. Building also a kind of defensive mineshaft around this side. But this offensive Malone trees, I like them. Elves, they are going to creep this troll layer with the help of the builder. So basically, he's luring the builder away from the troll, away from the layer with the builder. And archers this way can deal 3 damage. And also, unlike in Rise of the Witch King, archers here are able to hurt the layer itself. So you don't need pikemen or Lorien warriors to creep the lair. You see the damage? Pretty nice. Okay, so more archers. Spamming archers all the time. He has 0 pikemen. Imagine him getting a battle wagon on the field. That would be actually game-changing moment right now. He has the first pikeman coming out just now. His stable is building up for elves. Rallying call has been used defensively on this guardians. That's always a bad sign because elves, they can always kite. They can always disengage because they are faster than you. Hey guys, please keep the chat English, please. I'm repeating myself all the time. I don't want to be rude or mean, but I'm telling, this is my last warning. And also, please, moderators, Kitira and Balindru, time out. Everybody who's typing anything but English. Come on now, guys. It's just annoying, you know. Every time I keep an eye on the chat, I see only Turkish. Okay, he's face tanking too much. Oh, charge attack! Nice, nice push there from the Guardians. That's a huge charge, dude. What the heck? And we've also the first hero, and of course, it's the most seen dwarven hero. That's of course Gloin, guys. Alright, this mindshot is going down, unfortunately. The positioning is great. He was able to clamp in a choke point. Dwarves can't get in there. Oh, that's overkill, my dudes. he was using the slap on that unit, by the way. That's not gonna work out this way. The small on 3 has been taken down. Lancers are getting a beautiful trample off on these guardians, and that's gonna be a huge counter push now. 600 command points for dwarves and 500 command points for elves, but elves have definitely the momentum, you know? And looks like he doesn't want to give EXP to Gloin. Gloin is gonna stay level 1 for now. Also, Slap has a long cooldown. This mineshaft, demolish it to deny experience. If you don't, you're gonna get level 2 immediately. It's too late now. Boom, almost level 2. Almost. Not yet, but almost. Okay. Oh, that's gonna be a huge attack. I don't think that dwarves have the chance to defend this, because look, more units are coming from the middle as well. Gloin alone can't do much about the situation, especially when his slam is on cooldown, you know? Okay.
We ride from Rivendell.
We ride from Rivendell. I'm new to this game. Can somebody tell me if this is vanilla or modded? That's a BFME 2, but not on the original EA patch. More like a custom, or you know, like a community patch made from players for the players. But it's not a mod or something, you know. It's not like a Age of the Ring mod or Eden mod or something like that. It's a vanilla game. 1.09 version 2.0. Brand new patch. This patch was released like, I believe, like 8 months ago or something like that. Earlier this year. 11 power points collected. But dwarves are being surrounded. They are in a bad spot. They are in a really bad spot. I think battle wagons would be a better choice, to be honest. I will try to Google it and find it. Can I find it on mods.db? You can also just type in the chat BFME 2, and that's gonna lead you to a tutorial which also has the links in, you know, inside. So you can just download from there. BFME 2. All together. BFME. There we go. There's the link, my dudes. 13 power points collected. The pressure is real. Like, he's being surrounded and attacked from multiple sides at the same time, and of course, you know, pressure is going to cause defense. And during all this time, any Brandy, the Elven play, is untouched. So he's in a really, really good spot.
Don't let them bite.
Oh man. And also the playlist what Balindru was sharing with you right now is including not only BFME 2 but also BFME 1, Rise of the Witch King, as well as mods like Eden mod, Age of the Ring mod. Every mod is included also in this playlist. If you are interested, of course, into downloading some mods after you download BFME 2 and Rise of the Witch King. Blind is level 2 only. Oh, look at that. Agent Smith, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Anderson. What is this music, dude? Almost 15 power points collected. Oh, no pikeman, no problem. Not pikeman in position and
Swords from Lorien.
lack of defense, you know. So what are your thoughts about BFME Reforged? I think it's a great opportunity for the game to grow. And if it's gonna fulfill 50% of the promises, then it's gonna be a great game. Like, great graphics, but the things I'm excited about, and that's my personal opinion, look, in RTS games, I'm a person, I don't look for amazing graphics. Like, these graphics already in BFME 2 are enough. That's already good enough, you know? Because normally that's the zoom you're gonna use when you wanna play. It's not like you're gonna zoom in into your units or heroes to see like the shape of their head, you know what I'm saying? Nobody cares about that, I don't care. For me it's about the balance and also about the lag. When they have like an online server, which means you are able to play PvP matches like in a server by just clicking on one button, find a match, and boom, you are able to find a match. And if the game is not gonna be laggy, like, which is the biggest problem, let's be real, about BFME games we know, and if it's gonna be like a good gaming experience, then it's enough. It's enough. Like, I don't care about this Malone tree looking extremely realistic when in reality you will never zoom in like that. It's not like, I don't care about the bird on the tree, you know. I personally don't care about that. You will also not care. You will potentially care about that for the first 1 week, and then you will not even pay attention about this anymore. So I believe their mistake, and that's my opinion, is like they're investing a bit too much time into the art, into the graphics, a bit too much. It's good because it's gonna draw attention, but I think, oh, the Shake Foundation to one-shot the barracks, that's pretty nice. I like birds and trees, yeah, of course. But again, should this be the main priority? That's the big question, you know? Nah, you should, you know, just like the normal zoom out is gonna be like that. That's the play you will always, that's the gameplay you will always be focusing on. Gloin is hitting very hard though. Look at this damage. I mean, of course, Malone trees are also kind of squishy. Gloin is tanky, like he's a tough boy, but he has no way of escaping. End summon. Oh, that's gonna be an end summon, boys. He's going now for the attack on the fortress. There we go. Does he have rebuild? He could go for it. And he's gonna call it GG, guys. Cave. Copyrighted music.
Come, my friends. The Ents are going to war.
We gotta wait until 2024. Yeah, I mean, it can be longer. It can be also shorter. You know, nobody knows. Like, you have no information about the release date yet. Hopefully it's gonna happen. Hopefully it's gonna be amazing. Hopefully everything is going to be great. I mean, everybody would wish the same. And that's like, BFME is like our favorite game. So having like a modern, which is good looking, great gameplay, no lag, great online multiplayer experience. What else do you want? It's gonna be awesome. But I believe it's just taking a little bit too long time, considering the fact that they are still working on 2 factions only. Like, remember, if they're gonna release, or when they're gonna release the beta, that's gonna be only 2 playable factions, and in total they are planning to add 6 factions. So imagine that. How long it will take for the full factions to be ready to be played, you know? That can be like 2030 potentially. And then I'm gonna be like 50 years old. I won't be playing, I will be grandfather, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm gonna play with my grandchildren. BFME Reforged. Hey, I'm gonna be like this. Hey, grandson, they finally released BFME Reforged. Let's play together. And my grandson is gonna be like, okay, grandpa, let's do that. You know, we might be in a situation like that. Who knows? 2 mineshafts into the Hall of Warriors, 3rd mineshaft. On the other side, we see farm from the Man of the West player Andy Brandy. So, yeah, dwarves once again for Keith Bats and Man of the West this time. Not cringe, nope, yeah, true. But I also think it's taking too long because they have to program and unit movement and maps and stuff. I don't think only other factions will take so long. I hope so. I mean, I have 0 clue. I have no knowledge about programming or making a brand new game. I mean, big respect to them. I don't want to blame them or something like that. I just feel like that it takes a bit too long time, you know? A bit too much. Maybe they want to make it as perfect as possible before they want to release that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's their goal. Like, they want to create a wow effect. You know, whenever you play that for the first time, you're gonna be like, oh wow, that's amazing. Maybe that's the goal they are aiming for, you know. And for that, maybe they are a bit too much of a perfect. You know, this kind of people, right? In real life also, some people are like perfectionists. I think that's like a word, right? In English too. It's a German word normally. But they don't want to do anything which is not absolutely perfect, you know? Rallying call has been used. Imagine you as a grandfather casting your great-grandchildren in BFME games. Good job. Good job, grandson. Good job. Imagine that. Dude, I think I would be still playing. You know, even if I would ever stop BFME, and I would still come back when they release BFME Reforged. Just for that reason. Like, for example, if it's gonna... Let's just like... Imagine like it's gonna still take like 6 years or something until it's fully playable. Even if I would stop at some point playing or casting or creating content about BFME games, I would just come back for BFME Reforged. Just to take a look into that, how it's looking, you know? You don't have too much resources, of course. I mean, of course, that's a fan-made project. I mean, that's out of question, you know? It's out of question. Like, I'm not blaming them. It's something they are doing in their free time. Maybe they don't have the free time. Maybe they are working. Maybe they are busy with the school, with the studying. Everything is possible. You know what I'm saying? So that's not a blame on them. I'm just telling my opinion without blaming them. Oh, the mineshaft is coming up, but the soldiers are going to be able to find that. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Oh, uh-oh. Get out. He was able to get out with 2 guardians. Oh, the scream is so funny, you know. I'm kind of scared they lose the motivation. They haven't uploaded on YouTube channel in over 3 months. Yeah, but they also didn't do that before. I mean, when you check the uploads in the YouTube channel, it was always like in 3 to 6 months periods, you know. Every update they made, it's like 3 to 6 months. I think creating a brand new game from the scratch for free, and that's a free offer, you know. They don't charge anything for that. They do that because they love to do that, right? When you are creating that for free, it's kinda you know, impressive. Like, big respect to them. Offensive barracks is gonna be taken down though. If he clumps nicely, would be nice. Vitol, Seman, thanks for the follow, appreciate that. Welcome to the stream, my dudes. Hope you're gonna enjoy your stay. Rallying call is gonna be used on these guardians. That's gonna make them stronger than the soldiers of Gonzo. Smart move from Andy Brandy, placing the units right in front of the farm to make them body block. So the guardians were not able to reach out to the farm, which is very important. This farm is gonna be definitely taken down. This barracks, potentially too, but the barracks is a bit tankier. It has 4,000 hit points. So it's gonna take a while until you are able to destroy that. But I believe they're gonna be still able to destroy that. And that's the only production building from the Man of the West player. But here's Boromir now, the captain of Gonzo. Who is faster than Guardian, sorry. It's going down, guys. It's going down for sure. Yeah, there we go, nice. But he was able to get 1 more soldier just before that. Use charge attack before you go down. Okay, rallying call has been used on the soldiers of Gonzo to make them a bit stronger. And after the early game, we have 450 command points for dwarves and 450 command points also for Men of the West. But yes, Boromir on the field. The first hero. He was also rebuilding the fortress, rebuilding the barracks, sorry, around the fortress. Now building the second barracks right after. So no stable, no archer range yet. But about BFME Reforged, I hope that it's gonna be great. I hope it's gonna be playable, it's gonna be enjoyable for everybody, and hopefully it's gonna increase the hype of this game. And the best thing that can happen to us is like having a bigger player base. That's the win-win situation, you know. Imagine you have like 80,000 active players, and whenever you go online, regardless from which country you are from, regardless which time zone, you just press one button, play now, and boom, it's gonna be able to automatically connect you to a player who is also looking for a game. That is the dream, you know. Oh, human woods, but they get slapped from Gloin. Gloin is sitting like a truck. I remember the good old times in BFME 1, boys. It was such a fantastic and phenomenal time. I remember you had like the Gollum. I don't know if you guys played BFME 1 in the servers back in the day. But if you did, then you know what I'm talking about. You was in this lobby. You know, when you go on multiplayer online, you was in the lobby. And in the first page, you had like find a match. You could first of all, you know, select what you want to play. 1v1, 2v2, 3v3 and stuff like that. I was always spamming 1v1s. And then you had like find a match. And once you click on the find a match, Gollum was looking for hobbitses. And once he was able to find a player, he was like happy. I found the hobbit, you know. and then boom, you are able to get connected. Map was randomized, you know. It was such a phenomenal and great part of my life. Talking about Gollum, 12,000 health. Boromir is almost level 4, the mineshaft is going down, that's very unfortunate. Gloin is level 3. Remember, level 4 is going to unlock the Shake Foundation. The mineshaft, we have a lot of farms around the area. Wargs are trampling down those soldiers of Gondor. The spam of soldiers, guys, spam of soldiers. Double barracks into the victory. Remember, that's a game winning point for Andy Brandy. If Andy Brandy wins that game, he's gonna be winning the series and moving on to the semi-finals. Gollum was a phenomenal part of my life. I mean, the experience, the online experience in BFME. Like back in the day, it was not even like, there were not many games, you know? And you need to imagine my situation. I was in love with Lord of the Rings. I was literally watching back in the day like Lord of the Rings every 3 months, you know? And then I heard about this beautiful game. And I gotta be honest, my parents, or my mom rather, we were kind of broke, guys. We didn't have money. The game cost you $10, but we couldn't afford it. Like in 2003. I remember very good, you know? We couldn't buy the game. And I was so sad because I couldn't buy the game from the store. Every friend of mine had like the game. And my best friend, he knew it, you know, that I was upset. And he was gifting that game to me. One day he was coming to my place. He was like, hey, I have some present for you. And then he was just, you know, lending me over the game. I was so happy, you know. And then he was coming to my place with his PC. And then we were playing together in LAN. We didn't have even internet at home when I first bought the game. I think I got internet like in 2005-ish, something like that, at home. Until then, we were always playing LAN parties, you know?
Let me be! Somebody!
Big pressure. Gloin is level 4. A Shake Foundation. I remember I was playing like the skirmish games, you know, the 1v1s, the 2v2s on every single map. I made myself a challenge, played against Hard Army on every single map to get the level 10 unlocked with every faction like Gondor, Rohan, Isengard, Mordor. I mean, I potentially have like thousands of hours in BFME 1, guys. Boromir is almost level 5. That's gonna unlock his leadership, by the way. Oof, nice shot. Beautiful Gloin, nice one. I mean, I don't want, dudes, I'm happy, guys. It's always, look, when people have had like a hard time in their lives, they also appreciate when they are, you know, in a good spot. So I'm happy because we were going through a kind of semi-rough time, but it made me to the person I am nowadays, you know? Now I appreciate every single one, every single thing which is good in my life. Man of the Hill from the summon, but that's a huge Man of the West army. Are you still friends with the... Yeah, of course. But the problem is, life is happening. You know what I'm saying? He found a job from in a different city. So now he's living like 350 kilometers away from me. We are still in contact from time to time with WhatsApp and then FaceTime and stuff like that. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to see him for like the past 2 years because of pandemic and stuff like that, you know? He was not able to come to the place. But we are, of course, you know? When he has a birthday, I have a birthday. I mean, he's now married, has a kid. I'm married, I have a kid. So life is happening, you know the life, right? Men of Steel are gone now. That's a huge Man of the West army, boys. Look, that's like an orc army, you know? It's like I'm watching Mordor. Like, how many soldiers does he have? Yes. Gloin or King Dane. Oh, that's a hero we don't see very often. Has high tier leadership, by the way. Damage, armor, and also combat experience. And level 4 is gonna unlock the Mighty Reach for the spell, which is gonna make your units even stronger. 20% speed, 25% damage, 25% shroud revealing. And also when you are using it on enemy units, you're gonna make them weaker. Quarter damage, quarter armor, and also nullify their leadership bonuses and buffs. So pretty effective, very good sportive hero. I believe he's the best sportive hero in the game. And also the Iron Hand, or the Stubborn Pride rather, is going to... and it's like, it's crazy, like that's very different. Stubborn Pride needs to be unlocked with level 7. And what is that? Dane becomes able to reveal stealth, but it's level 7 ability for the fear resistant. Oh, Hobbits are in. Big commitment. He's getting outnumbered. Level 4. Has to use the Mighty Reach now on the enemy units to make them a bit weaker. He's gonna use it. But he is using heal. Can he get away into the mineshaft? The answer is no. Oh, he got killed right before he could get inside. Oh, we have both the Hobbits fighting. Oh, Samwise Gamgee against Frodo Baggins, 1v1. Oh, Frodo was cheating like always. Bjorn is back on the many boys, but I believe Andy Brandy is going for the final push, ladies and gentlemen. Andy Brandy is going for the final push. The surrounding of the fortress, dwarves are falling apart. He has barely any units and no money. 3,000 nearly resources for Andy Brandy, but it's not even needed. Surrounding the fortress, going for the win, and Cave Pass is gonna call it GG. What a nice series it was. 5-2 for Andy Brandy at the end of the day, but it was really close. And Andy, with that being said, is moving now on to the semifinals.
Uganda!
Uganda.
Uganda! Uganda!